This problem wants us to find the equation of the tangent line to this graph at x equals 0. We've seen these problems before, but not necessarily with trig derivatives in there. But same idea. So we got to look at our function. One thing we got to notice here is there's two functions being multiplied. This is going to require us to do product rule when finding this derivative. And we need the derivative because in order to get the tangent line, we're going to need a slope. So let's start by finding our derivative. So when you're doing product rule, keep one function the same. Find the derivative of the other one. Derivative of cosine is a negative sign. Now you put a plus and now you switch them around. So keep the other function the same and find the derivative of the other one. Derivative of e to the x here would be e to the x. So that's our derivative. What we want to find now, though, to get our slope is what is the derivative at 0. So what we want to do here now is figure out what's our derivative of y at 0. So anywhere there's an x, substitute in 0 and see what we get here. So we want to go through and figure this stuff out here. E to the 0, you got to be careful, that's not 0. Anything 0 power is 1. Sine of 0, though, is 0. Cosine 0, that's 1. And e to the 0 is 1. And so it looks like our derivative at 0 comes out to be 1. And what that tells us is the slope of this graph at x equals 1 is 1. Slope is 1. So that helps us in our pursuit of our tangent line. Now the other thing we need besides our slope is a point. What's our point going to be here? So our point, to get that, we have a start right here. We know this is part of it. So our point is 0 something. We need that other something. And how you find that would be to go back to our original function over here and see what we get when we plug in 0. So if you plug in 0 to the original function for x, what's y going to be? So that would give us e to 0 is 1. Cosine 0 is also 1. And so we get 1. So the other part thing to our point here is 1. So now that we got this point and this slope, we should be able to write our equation for our tangent line. You could use something like point slope here to do that. So our slope is 1. This is 0. This is y minus 1. On the exam, that would be good enough right there for your answer, unless they want it in slope-intercept form. If they do want it in slope-intercept form, this one doesn't look too difficult to do that with. X minus 0 is just x times 1 would just be x, so if we add 1 to the other side, looks like y equals x plus 1 would be that tangent line in slope-intercept form. So you can still apply some of those same types of problems, even though now we're adding in some new derivatives with trig.